The Johnsons made $42,000 in 2010. By 2024, they were pulling in $68,000. That's a 62% raise over 14 years. They should be living better, right? Bigger house, nicer vacations, maybe some savings tucked away. Instead, they're one busted transmission away from disaster. Sarah Johnson told a local reporter last year that she feels like she's running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. Her husband, Mark, works the same job he did in 2010, got his annual raises, did everything right. And yet, somehow, the gap between what they earn and what they can afford has never felt wider. This isn't about bad decisions. It's about a machine.
Here's what makes the Johnson family interesting. They represent the statistical middle. Median household income in the United States in 2010 was roughly $41,800. By 2024, it climbed to about $68,000. On paper, that looks like progress. The numbers go up, the economy expands, everyone wins. Except the Johnsons don't feel like winners, and they're not alone. 78% of Americans now live paycheck to paycheck, according to recent surveys. That includes people making six figures. Something fundamental broke in the equation, and most people can't quite name it. They just know the math doesn't add up anymore.
Let's rewind to 2010. The Johnsons' biggest expenses were rent, groceries, gas, and health insurance. Rent for their two-bedroom apartment was $950 a month. They spent about $520 on groceries. Gas averaged $2.79 a gallon. Health insurance ran them $3,200 a year out of pocket. Now let's jump to 2024. Same apartment, different rent, $1,850. Groceries for the same basket of food, $980. Gas, $3.89 a gallon. Health insurance, $7,900 annually. Notice something? Their income went up 62%. But rent doubled. Groceries nearly doubled. Health insurance more than doubled. This is the quiet violence of inflation outpacing wage growth. The Johnsons got raises every year. Mark went from $19 an hour to nearly $28. Sounds great until you realize that in terms of actual purchasing power, he's making less than he did in 2010. The dollar in his pocket buys fewer eggs, less square footage, less security. Economists call this real wage stagnation. Normal people call it feeling broke despite doing everything.
But it gets worse, because the Johnsons didn't just face higher prices. They faced higher costs for things that didn't even exist as major expenses before. Childcare for their two kids cost $8,400 a year in 2010. By 2024, that number hit $18,200. College savings? They were told to put away money early, but tuition inflation ran at roughly 7% annually, while their wages crawled at 3%. Then there are the invisible taxes. Subscription services that didn't exist in 2010 now drain $140 a month. Smartphones went from luxury to necessity. Internet bills tripled. The Johnsons aren't buying yachts, they're buying survival. And survival got exponentially more expensive. Here's the kicker. If you track productivity, American workers are producing more value per hour than ever before. Output per worker has climbed steadily for decades, but wages haven't kept pace with productivity since the 1970s. The gap between what workers produce and what they're paid has become a canyon. While the Johnsons watched their raises evaporate into rent checks, corporate profit margins hit record highs. The S&P 500 tripled between 2010 and 2024. CEO compensation grew by over 40%. Shareholder dividends exploded. The economy didn't stop growing, it just stopped sharing. And here's the absurd part. The Johnsons are told they need to budget better, cut the lattes, cancel Netflix, stop eating avocado toast, as if $6 here and $15 there will close a gap measured in thousands. Financial gurus sell courses on how to optimize your spending. Meanwhile, housing costs consume 40% of the median income in most cities, double what it was a generation ago. You can't budget your way out of structural inequality.
This isn't just about one family in one town. This is about an entire generation experiencing downward mobility for the first time in American history. Millennials and Gen Z are statistically worse off than their parents were at the same age, despite being better educated and working longer hours. The social contract that promised stability in exchange for hard work has been rewritten without anyone asking for permission, and the consequences are rippling outward. Birth rates are falling because people can't afford kids. Home ownership is dropping. Retirement savings are nearly non-existent for half the country. The Johnsons aren't planning for the future, they're surviving the present. Meanwhile, inflation cooled in 2023 and 2024, and economists celebrated. But prices didn't go back down, they just stopped rising as fast. The damage was already done.
The Johnsons made more money every single year for 14 years, and every single year they fell further behind. That's not a personal failure, that's a system working exactly as designed, just not for them. So here's the question nobody wants to answer. If the economy is growing, productivity is rising, and corporate profits are soaring, but ordinary people feel poorer despite earning more, who exactly is this economy working for? The Johnsons are still looking for an answer. So far, no one's given them one that makes the math add up.